M.P.R.I.O Records, Street Cookies ENT. We're here at Tito Productions, man. We're gonna go in right now, do this interview with Esco and Surge Dog. Come on, let's check it out. What it do, everybody, man? It's your boy Streetz, man, hanging out here at Tito Productions. Big shout out to Nino. We right here with the 4 founders of the Prospects, man. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, kids.
What up? My name is Esco, member from the Prospects.
What's up? It's your boy Surge Dog, aka The Unexpected. You know, just holding it down right here.
The Unexpected, that's what it is, man. Yo, Surge, I want to start off with you for a little bit, man. Right. I know you got 2 CDs out there going worldwide and global, man. Talk about that for a little bit.
Well, I released my first album, The Unexpected Welcome, 2009. That album did okay. Honestly, it did. It was good. That was the main reaction I got from people. It was good. It was good. The second album came out 2011 called Beyond Expectations, and that one got great reviews. I've been getting a lot of love from it so far, and I'm really appreciative to all my fans, to my hometown for supporting me, and you know, everybody showing me love.
Big shout out to Nogales AZ, man. Doing big things out here. Yo, man, I want to get into a little bit into your personal life. You and Angelo. I know Angelo Entertainment. Big shout out to Angelo too, doing his thing out there. I mean, he's helping you out in so many ways, and I see you performing with so many artists, but he's taking you global, man. Can you touch base on that for a little bit?
Yeah, my manager, Angelo Reyes, I mean, ever since I've known him, he's always, you know, trying to think outside the box, and that's what he's been doing me.
That's
instead of just focusing, you know, on, you know, Nogales, Arizona, he's focusing on, you know, like you said, worldwide. I've been getting a lot of promo out there in London, out in Paris, you know, just globally, man. He pushes it to, you know, to another level.
Push it to the limit, no?
Yeah, you know, push it to the limit, and you know, I'm really appreciative about that because I'm getting a lot of new fans because of him, and you know, he just puts in a lot of work, man. That's great.
Yo, so everybody says and tells me that you're one of the best lyricists here in Nogales, man. I want you to speak on that a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's an honor, dude. I mean, I really put my work into it. Make sure that every time I write something, you know, I paint a picture and make sure people understand. Like yeah, there you go. You know, it's like I make sure that it's good quality. You know, sometimes some people just rhyme words and they think they're rapping. I mean, yeah, rhyming is rapping, but it's a difference between a rapper and a hip hop artist. You know, hip hop artist is a way of life. It's a way that you paint something. It's like you can make something big out of nothing. The rapper is just you're rhyming.
And I'm talking about Nogales artists. I mean, there weren't a lot of them out there when we were younger, but I know there's some music out there that you guys might have heard. What did you guys get any inspiration from there? Did you guys get motivated to start rapping? What got you into rapping?
When I was back in the days when I was in high school, I saw like a performance of local rappers. It was like Mad Libs.
Big shout out to Mad Libs.
And what's it called, the other one? Something Shadow.
Brown Shadow. Big shout out to Brown Shadow too.
But I mean, at the time, I never really heard the music. I just kind of heard it. I mean, I didn't listen to it, but I heard it from far away. But I was like, you know, it's kind of cool because it was across the line of locals, and they were performing. I was like, wow, man, you know, I can't believe people showing love to just a local act. So that kind of stuck to my head, and then just listening to hip hop, you know, started getting into poetry, then writing, and then little by little I started kind of like developing, you know, because first you start as a certain phase, and then you start going. I was like, okay, this is my style. This is how I'm gonna start, you know, rhyming and writing. I'm gonna make sure I can prove that us as Mexicanos, we can rap and flow any style. It doesn't have to be like, well, I'm Chicano, I'm Mexican, I'm going to rap just this type of music.
How about you, Serge, man? What got you into the music, you know? What got you interested in doing what you're doing now?
I mean, I always loved music when I was growing up, man. I always listened to music, you know, all kinds of music. My family would listen to all kinds of stuff, you know what I'm saying, from, you know, Hispanic stuff to, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop, you know, just everything. And I always had an interest into it, you know. I always wrote poems and stuff like that.
At the age of 13, right? Because I saw that somewhere. I saw that at the age of 13, I was writing poems.
I started writing when I was 12. I didn't actually like hit a studio until I was like 13. Because one of my cousins had a car club, and you know, he read one of my poems one day. He's like, hit the studio. He's like, make us a song, and I was like, all right, I'll try it out. And ever since then, man, I just fell in love with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't get me out the studio anymore.
And I want to go back to another question. What has this guy actually brought to the table, and you've learned from Esco right here, man?
Ooh, damn. Honestly, Esco's been like my mentor, man. Cause I came in, you know, I mean, I started rapping before I knew him, obviously, but when I first met him, he saw so much potential in me that I didn't even know I had. He was like, you know, hey, if you do this like this, or you do this like that, or you kind of work on this, you could become a better MC. You can do this. You have a lot of potential. And I was just like, well, all right, man, if you're willing to teach me, yeah, let's do it. And that's what he did. He took me under his wing, and he taught me so much, man. Like I knew a little bit about the metaphors and similes and stuff like that, but he really got me a little bit more into it. He's like, you have it, you can do it. Like you can do some of the stuff I'm doing, and that really motivated me and inspired me. I was like, well, if he's saying I can do it, I'm gonna do it, and to the best of my ability. So, you know, it was cool.
And that's what's great, man, because I see you working with SL Music. I've seen you do concerts with E40, with Mad, with Soul Cat, with Trade City. Big shout out to them too. But one other thing, man, you guys started something really big down here, a big movement, the Prospects. Touch base on the Prospects, man, because I know that not all the Prospects are here, but I know you guys are the main founders of the whole group. I want you guys to touch base on it.
Well, the way it started, I mean, as soon as I came back from New York, I started doing my solo stuff, and then I started getting introduced to, like, my brother introduced me to ADL, and I started freestyling. He's like, put on a beat. I put on a beat. He started just freestyling. I was like, I like his flow. You know, I was like, he's more like a West Coast, but he can spit. You know, he has a different type of flow. At the time, I thought he sounded like 103,000, and like when I heard it, I was like, sound weird, dude. It's like, I like that. Like, just try to do something different. So then my brother also, he's like, I can write. So we started doing, we worked with him, and then also I met Stress, and Stress is like, he was an old school guy, but he's like, you know, for me, it's like I was learning from him at the same time, because I mean, he had books of just rhymes. I was like, when I just barely had, like, I got one book, he had all these lyrics, like, hey, which one you want to hear, you know? So it's like, let's do this group, dude. It's like, let's do a group of different artists. You know, they got different styles. I do more like East Coast. You do like more, you know, lyrical, but more like old school. And then, you know, you got the little swag. Let's just try to do it. Start building it up. And that's what became the Prospects. You know, sooner or later we started meeting, work on music, and then we started working. Me and Nino Tracks started working on a mixtape, and that's when I started inviting like people from local, you know, using MySpace. And that's how I met Serge, and from there, you know, met Serge, and we got Smiley into it, and we started working. And later we met Big D, and introduced by Serge. You know, he had worked with him, and after that, I mean, started working and doing mixtapes. And after the mixtapes, you know, like I saw, like I said, you know, there's a difference. Every member of the Prospects, you know, has their own little style. Everybody had, but I saw like a lot of potential in Serge. I was like, he can do this style, and he can flip. He can do this and this and this and that. I was like, something that I was like, I know stuff that he does that I know I can't do. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to push him. I was like, and I asked him, I was like, you want to work on your album? I was like, don't feel bad. It's like, I'm not gonna help this guy and this guy. It's not that I'm not want to help him. It's that like you at the studio 24/7, and you want. So I was like, I saw him pushing himself more than the other artists. So I was like, that's why I started pushing.
Video, Street Cookies, ENT. We're here with Esco and Serge Dog, man, doing big things. Now, I want to touch base on the music and the movement that's going down here. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about these new cats coming up in the game? What do you think their message is being sent out? They say they're some of the best rappers out there, like FC and Protocol. You know what I mean? What do you think about those cats, man?
I'll say it with one word.
That's all we need.
Cocky. There's a difference between being cocky and being confident. And we've told them before. We've talked to these cats before. Obviously, when you come into this game, you want to come in with a strong presence. You know what I'm saying? You want to make yourself known. But there's a way of doing that. You know what I'm saying? You don't come in and, you know, you haven't even made like 2 tracks. And you're like, I'm the best. I'm the best. And you're like, why? My mom said so. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta earn your keep, man. You gotta earn your dues. You know what I'm saying? Like there's cats who've been doing this shit for years, and you still can't say I'm the best, because it's tough, man. You could be the best for a minute, and then some dude comes out with a hotter track. Guess what? You're not the best anymore, buddy. Yeah. Boom, you got the boot. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So,
what do you think about this? Let's go.
Same, dude. I mean, the cockiness. We spoken to some of these people, and then some of them get buttered. You know, you can't really. That's the thing. If you ask for an opinion, it's like, hey, check out my song. If you ask for an opinion, it's like, hey, you're off beat. That's another word. Off beat. You know? It's like, you gotta learn, dude. I mean, most of these people don't even know how to count bars. They don't know when to start the verse. Hey, is this part of the hook? Is this part of the verse? Hey, what's a bridge? It's like learn your things. It's like the same thing you ask me. It's like some of these new cats, they think we all started with Facebook. I mean, we've been here before the internet. They're lucky that they have Facebook and all that media. When we started, we didn't have that much media to like promote our music. So I remember the first mixtape we did, we burned about, honestly, like 600-700 copies. And we just went to the streets. I mean,
I know the music has changed in these couple years, but what do you think about the movement that's going on right now?
It's pretty tight. I mean, it's pretty tight that they're doing something, because, like I said, with the internet, everybody can say, hey, you know, I can promote my music, put it on YouTube, or I can put it on SoundCloud, or I got Reverb Nation, so people can actually share their music. But that's the thing, you know, people was like, yeah, listen to my track. You know, I was like, I'll go check it out. I was like, I want to see what, you know, because it's not really about, hey, I want to see who's my competition. It's like, I want to see what this person has that I don't have.
And do you think it's a competition right now? Because I hear these little kids, man,
hip-hop is competition, but
saying a lot of things that they're best.
No, that's the thing. They're not. You know, they're not. They got to prove themselves. And you can have, even if you made like freaking 100 songs, it's quality over quantity. And if you don't have the freaking skills, or if you don't have the talent, you don't have, you know, the passion that some of these people have, you know, and it's just, like I said, it's all, you gotta prove yourself. You can't say I'm the best if you haven't even given somebody a shot. It's not hating, dude. It's not hating. It's just being real.
Real talk.
Like, you know, you don't just get respect. You earn respect.
And that's what's up, man. What do you think about the movement, Serge? I mean, like I said, you're doing big things globally and, you know, nationally. But what do you think about the movement here in Nogales and Rio Rico?
I like it, man. I mean, I like the fact that there's so many artists coming out now. Because honestly, there was a point where, like, we were doing our thing and people would ask me, like, is there other rappers in Nogales? Yeah. And they'd be, like, very few people that we would name, like, Too Notorious, or, you know, there's a Holla Back, like, very few people. Now it's like, actually, I can actually pull out a list. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like the fact that people are coming through, that they want to, you know, show off the hometown, you know, talent. And I think if they do it right, it could be a good thing.
I want you guys to talk about it, like the beefs you guys had with, you know, Ozone, the beefs you guys had with B-Cash, you know. Touch base on the beef, because everybody wants to know, you know, what's going down here.
A lot of things is misunderstanding. Like you just said, beef with Ozone, you know. It wasn't really like a beef. It was like misunderstanding of something that happened, you know, like the whole thing. Obviously, we, the Prospects, we have beef with Holla Back. Serge Dog had beef with Sicko from Too Notorious. And, you know, everything has a start. You know, everything has a... But like I said, hip-hop is a competition. Usually a lot of artists do a lot of subliminal stuff. You know, subliminal shots here and there. But that's part of hip-hop again. You know, it comes with the territory. And you start hearing... You think you're the top dog, dog this, dog that, dog that, dog that. It's like, just dissing somebody saying dog this, and you think this top dog and dog. And I'm like... Well, who else in Nogales is dog, you know? So it's like Serge Dog, something that's like. So I mean, we didn't say, well, you know, we're gonna retaliate, we're gonna do anything. At first we're like, maybe it's a misunderstanding. So I did, you know, I texted Bad Andy at the time, and I said, hey dude, it was like, who are you guys dissing, you know? And he told me like, no, nobody in general. Was just, I was like, yeah, and I explained, you know, like, because I heard this and that, and I thought you dissing my boy Serge. And Serge is not part of the process at the time. That was it. You know, they're like, no, there's nothing to do with no beefing. It's an overall song. I was like, oh, okay, cool, man. And they're like, hey, we should work together, Simon. You know, we'll do this, blah, blah. And that was pretty much it.
To make it clear, I don't even know most of fucking Holla Back either. So I never paid attention to their music at all. The only reason I knew they were dissing me and shit that is because, you know, people would tell me, like, they said they told Esco, and then even Esco would tell me, like, hey, Serge, they're dissing you on here. They said this. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Got to the point where
we say fuck it.
Yeah.
And I say fuck Holla Back.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm gonna say it. It's like this is ridiculous. Like this is kid stuff. It's just going back at it, like not saying any names. So I was like, I'll say it. I don't give a damn, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I was already like I was pissed. But I was like, what's going on? Is like because Benji, like I said, you know, he had Holla Back before, and I had the Prospects. And when I made him part of the members, he was like telling me, nah, dude, this guy's not doing anything, you know, like Booga is not doing anything, and Christo's not doing anything. So I was like, I want to keep doing this music thing, and that's when I was like, well, you know what, you can join the group, dude. You know, you can be, and I treat him like family, dude. My kids were cool with him. You know, he was there at the house. Him and ATL at the time. It was just me, ATL, and Ben Cash. So so we just started beefing back and forth, and I was so fed up, dude. I was like, you know, you want originals? Like, I'll make a simple original beat, whatever. I'll just make this original beat, and I'll make I started writing, dude, and writing. I couldn't stop writing, dude.
Yeah, he was pissed, man. Like me, at that point, I was like, we killed him already. What the fuck you worried about? I was just fucking, what did you say, Ozone?
Yeah, I remember you had a little beef with Ozone.
Ozone, I didn't really have a beef with him, man. The only thing I was trying to clear up is what happened between him and Esco. Because, like he said, that was a misunderstanding, and I knew it. As far as that thing goes at Circle Cato, I do want to touch on that because when I talked to Ozone about it, he was like, we were in the car, and Holla Back was talking shit about you, and they would have styled her, like going, this fucks her this, fucks her that. And he's like, we walk into the store, and you're right there, you're getting ready to buy something.
No, he said something about, he was trying to cool down the beef.
Oh yeah, he was trying to cool it down, but they just kept talking shit about it.
You guys should cool the beef, and I was like, because I'm cool with them, and we do music, because Ozone had worked with us. So, you know, he said that he's trying to cool the beef, and he's like, man, it's like, well, you guys should just talk, you know, when you see him, you should talk, and he was saying that when you see him, you should talk. They opened the door, and they saw Search on Circle K.
And like I said, I don't know fucking Holla Back. I don't know them. I met Benji once, that was it. So when they walk into the store, I think it's Ozone and his clique. So these fools pass in front of me. Benji didn't do shit. He fucking put his head down, walked in front of me. But who was the other guy?
Bad Andy.
Bad Andy gave me like this look, like this smirk. I was just like, what the fuck? Because I thought I was like, it's Ozone's crew. I was like, nah, I got beef with Evil Side. I was like, that was just a misunderstanding, man. I talked to him about it later on. He was like, that was Holla Back. I was
no,
like,
but that's what started the misunderstanding, though. So he calls me and he's like, dude, I just saw Ozone and his crew, and they were acting all shady, man. They're like all nervous, and one of Ozone's friends was mad dogging me and shit, and I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on. And then what was it, during that week or a week later, they brought out that We Run the City, or Who Run the City, that song, and then it's like Holla Back and Ozone, and I was like, it's weird, you know, they Ozone, at the time we thought it was Ozone and his clique were like mad dogging him and had some shit with him, and then they come up with Holla Back and do the song. So I was like, you know what's going on here?
So who actually runs this city?
so we were, you know, I get Wicked, you know, and Wicked created this website, the Cyphers, Thursday Cypher, whatever, and you know, so I was like, they're talking about who run the city, so I'm like, well, you know what? Like I said, hip hop's competition. So when I did my verse, I was like, I did my little verse for the cipher, and I said, you know, he's like, we're too busy running this county to concentrate on the city. And then he's like, but that was meant to, at the time, it was meant to Holla Back, because they're the one. Because I heard the whole song was like, I didn't feel any shots from Ozone. I think he was just featuring with these guys, and he was doing a song. And so I did that, you know. And then Ozone got, I guess he like I said, he put the shoe, it wasn't for him, and he started going at me on that cipher, you know. And not only me, I think he started going at the prospects. He started going at
little shots
Angelo.
There, you know,
like I think he started showing here. It wasn't like a hard diss that I would get pissed. All I was like, what the fuck is up with this dude? You know, I was like, you know.
Yeah.
Again, you know, after that that's when, you know, Search approached him and say, you know, call him. I think he called him and he's like, hey, what's going on? What's this? And he explained everything. And then that's when Ozone said, you know what? That wasn't my crew, dude. The one that was mad dogging was Bad Andy, and the one that was in front, the one with his head down, that was Benji. Like I said, he doesn't know him. We were beefing with him, but he really didn't know him. So it was like it wasn't Ozone's crew. That was the whole misunderstanding. That's what happened.
But touch base a little bit on the Sicko situation, man. What was it? Were you guys, you know, going at it lyrically, or was it personal feelings right there?
I mean, like Esco explained how it started. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Holla Back made that song. They were, you know, dissing me subliminally, and then Sicko started texting Esco, you know, how come your boy didn't, you know, diss back? And I didn't even know what was going on. I was working, man, and you know, after they texted or whatever, that's when Esco started telling me like, yo, you know, Sicko said this and Sicko said that, and I was like, hold up. I was like, who's Sicko? He's like, from Too Notorious, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, what did he say? And then he started telling me, you know, he called you puppy this, and then he don't like he wants to like battle with you, but he wants you to do the first song. And I was like, well, okay. I was like, I don't know this dude, but let's do it. Got the beat. I wrote something. I wrote it really in general, Cause like I said, I didn't know this dude.
I was gonna say, I mean, you didn't really know the guy, and you just going
Yeah,
at
you know
it
what I'm saying?
with
You kinda-
no knowledge.
Yeah,
or anything,
yeah.
You know?
But you know, you kind of write in general and just, you know, throw a couple punchlines here and there, you know what I'm saying? And I did that, and then he came back with a song, and you know, he was calling me fat and mostly a lot of fat shit.
So we got fat jokes.
But you're
Yeah.
skinny, brother.
I can't, you know, I ain't denying anything. But eventually, we stopped dissing each other because we moved on to the Holla Back thing, and that's when two Notorious got into beef with Holla Back and everything. And I remember Esco started talking to Sicko's brother, Real Skills, and he was like, you know, how do you guys still feel? And they were like, you know, we don't even care anymore. And I think Ozone did a show here in Nogales, and then we all saw each other there. Like I saw Sicko, I would see him from afar. I wouldn't approach him like that. We'd pass by each other. We said what's up, like just like that. But then eventually Esco and Real Skills started talking that, you know, we should just squash it. And yeah, we did. We talked it out. You know what I'm saying? Sicko was like, you know, yeah, you won. You know what I'm saying? Let's leave it at that. It was a little sparring match. And I was like, yeah, it's cool, man. Let's just leave it at that. It's not like there was nothing more. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing about cool and beef, you know, it's like you man up and say and everything cool, you know, competition, everything's cool, and that's pretty much it. But you know, like that's what we did. You know, we cool. I thought I cool the beef with Holla Back, and then that's when things started coming our way. It's like, hey man, this guy's still talking shit. I was like, here we go again.
Yo, and that name comes out a lot of people's mouths, man. But that's another story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's just squash the beef. There's a lot of artists here in Nogales and Rio Rico, you know, that claim to be the top dogs, that claim to run this city. But if you guys were to put out a playlist, you know, who would be your top 5 artists that you would bump? Your local artists. You guys don't be ashamed, man. I got you guys up there too. You know what I mean? You guys can put yourselves up there too. You know?
A lot of
Ain't
people
no
claim
bullshit.
to, like I said, a lot of people claim to run the city. A lot of people claim to be the best. I mean, anybody can say I'm the best. I know, or a lot of people say I'm the. When I say best, it's not like overall what they're doing. Like for me, like not including myself. You know, I can say Serge. You know, he's the one that's doing things. He's the one that's moving. He's hustling his music like crazy. And a lot of people don't do that. Like I said, they stick into the Nogales bubble. So I would say Serge, you know, I definitely respect Serge, you know. And we, like I said, the prospects, I gotta include them.
Of course,
you know, it's not because it's my group. I gotta include them because you can't say like if you really don't give us that, you know, like I usually don't push myself as a solo artist, so that's what I can't say. Yeah, me, you know, it's like I'm part of the group, and I'm always gonna be part of the group. No matter, like everybody's different in the group, but I'll say, you know, the prospect will be after that in second, you know. And if you don't believe, you know, go check out our Reverb Nation, check out our music, and listen to the lyrics. See, you know, compare it to yourself, or compare it to the local act. See who's really doing shit. You know, people doing things. Like I said, I would say, you know, Too Notorious, they're moving things, they're doing the music. You know. I'll even freaking include Holla Back in there, dude. And mostly, you know, because they do music. Like I said, I don't hate on people, dude. It's like, you know, Benji knows it. You know, he knows this. Like, I let him, he was part of family, you know. But I know he has talent. The thing is that some people waste their talent, you know. And Ozone, I think Ozone has a lot of talent. He just, he needs to kind of use it in a way to express himself, you know, outside the bubble too. You know, he's been doing it. That's another thing. You know, he's been going and doing shows. So I mean, those are for me. Those are the people that I can say, hey, they're doing something.
That's a pretty good
thing. They're doing it right.
Going on
they're doing it right because I mean, these new cats. I mean, the list that I said, I think you gotta follow that list. Try to go up the line and see if you can do that. I mean, and you can't call yourself the best without running over somebody like that.
And that's what's up. What do you think, Serge? Who do you think right now is running the city? Who do you think right now is the 4 founders of the music right now?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna put myself on my list. For my number 1, I mean, I know he doesn't consider himself a solo artist, but I like his. When he does do solo stuff, it's always something dope. It's always something I want to listen to. Another person is Ozone, man. Like he said, he's a very talented guy. He even helped me out a little bit too when I was coming up. He, you know, gave me little suggestions here and there. We've been coming up ever since then. To Notorious too, when they took out the latest video, you know, I actually really paid attention to their lyrics and stuff like that, and I was like, you know, these dudes, they got something going. I haven't heard a lot of their tracks, I've heard very few of them, but I like their shit. So they'd be, you know, my top 3. Number 4, Big D, my own Big D, who's in the Prospects. He has a couple tracks here and there, man. Obviously, I've tried to tell him, you know, take out some original stuff like that. He has a couple remixes that, you know, dude puts it down. And I mean, I can't put too many people on the list, obviously, because there's a lot of artists. Seriously, you guys are hustling, you guys are grinding, but you're not to that point yet where I can say, like, you know, you're one of my, you know, one of my tops, you know. You gotta kind of keep working at that shit. But I mean, there's
your time right now to everybody out there. Show everybody where they can find the music for the Prospects. You know, tell everybody about Esco. You know, and yourself, man.
All right. Well, again, you know, I'm Esco. Check us out on Reverb Nation, AZ, the Prospects. You know, be humble, man. Don't be too cocky. It's always, you know, cocky is not gonna take you anywhere. You can talk all the trash you want. You can say anything. You can say I'm number 1. Prove it first. Make your music. You know, you got people saying, yeah, I'm number 1, and I'm gonna, you know, I'm better than everybody. It's like, I think I put my time in. Probably a lot of people, like I said, haven't heard of me because they, you know, barely getting into Facebook and stuff like that. But I've been doing this for years. You know, even before internet times. You know, I started writing and writing. I started with freestyling, with poems. And not all my songs are trying to be lyrical or trying to be hard. I got a lot of deep songs, you know. It's like put my feelings into it, and it's don't force the music. You know, one thing on an interview that I saw from other artists, you know, is don't force the music. If it comes out, it comes out. If you're really forcing it, try to be original. Don't copy somebody else's style. Yeah, Lil Wayne came out. I was like, I'm gonna try to sound like Lil Wayne. Drake came out. I'm trying to sound like Drake. You know, so and so. Be your own. Be yourself. Don't try to prove anything to anybody but yourself. But try to be different. You know, try to create your own sound. This is how I write. You know, no diss at anybody. It's like I'm just saying that. Be your own. Somebody made it that way. You'll make it the other way. Just keep on practicing. And patient and persistent.
How about you, Serge, man? Close out your show, kid.
It's your boy Serge Dog, aka The Unexpected. You can find me on ReverbNation.com/Serge Dog. Look at the YouTube videos. I'm still on MySpace. Yes, it still exists. I'm all over Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. You know, seriously, shout out to the hometown for holding me down. I appreciate everybody showing me love. Nogales International just did an article on me. I appreciate that.
You're not gonna shout out Maxima?
Anyways, like I said, man, just shout out to all my supporters, man. Seriously, shout out to my manager, Angelo Reyes, from Angelo's Entertainment. Helped me out so much. You know, shout out to M.P.R.I.O Records for doing this interview. And shout out to Streetz Cookies. You know, just everybody, man. Everybody keep grinding, you know what I'm saying? Keep yourself known. You know, don't ever stop. You know, you can stop making music, but, you know, do a video every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Just keep yourself in that spotlight.
It's the Street Cookies, ENT, your boy Streetz, aka The Professor, hooking up with M.P.R.I.O Records. That's right, man. We are